depending on our roles. Win the league, hopefully someday, but actually, who knows? Hooked on Draconics Season 2. Pretend like we know what to do, but if you fight us, then we'll fight you. Hooked on Draconics Season 2.
We do cold opens as we just start talking, and it works out, and you love me, and you love the rest of us too.
Oh my God, Talon, I love him. The rest of us are here too.
He's the Harvest King.
Well, most of us are here.
And he doesn't use Bing.
That's called
unless he's looking for certain things. Cold open. Welcome back to Hooked on Draconics. How are we doing, everybody? Don't answer that. We can't hear you. However, we do have a very special out of character episode. We promise this is the last one until season 2 begins.
I think that bag labeled Wes over there is shouting at us. Wes bag.
Look, I can't let him out of the bag until I'm sure I've got the right one this time.
All right. What's your opinion? What do you think about magicians and detectives? That was the test.
What kind of question is this? Let me out of the dog. I can't breathe in here.
Wesley,
All right, we got
Wesley, how badly do you want to kiss me?
Immensely.
Yeah, let him out.
That's why I want out of this bag.
All right, we've got the right one.
Here, let me get the bag. I don't know if that fits up.
Wait a second. Wait, is there a second person in there with you?
There was.
Who is this?
Hi.
Oh, hey, Alex, our artist.
Where am I?
You're in the recording dungeon.
We are in the recording dungeon.
The moldy, spiderwebby dungeon.
Oh, those were spiders. Okay.
Yeah, we were busy hugging.
I was wondering what was crawling on me in the dark.
It was just Wes.
It's definitely not Wes.
You're very warm.
And even if it was Wes, he's our HR department, so bring it up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nasty system we got.
Yeah.
We can always go
Alex,
back in the hands.
while you're here, would you like to be part of the recording?
Yeah, sure. I would like to spontaneously be a part of this.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Very
What a coincidence.
No planning. It's a good thing we got. What were you doing in that bag when I got trapped in there?
I live there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your bag.
Oh, that would make sense why it's labeled Alex's magical bag.
Yeah. I don't know what it's doing here, but like
Someone just put a sticky note of less over this.
Oh, sorry, I had to borrow it. I've been traveling through different timelines and multiverses to try to find the correct podcast members ever since we got scattered. Mm-hmm. And it seems we found the right Wes.
Yeah.
Sure.
that's good. Did
Yep.
you get the right bag though?
It's your bag. I mean, you tell me. I had to borrow it.
Well, yeah, it's my bag.
Okay.
We got the right bag.
It's very
Sweet,
homey.
we have Alex here. The only thing we've lost is Josh.
Who?
Okay,
Yeah?
so in one of the multiverses, we had a Josh. Mm-hmm. He was actually running the previous game.
Oh.
It was pretty entertaining. It was a
wasn't
fun game
Chris.
to be in most of the time.
Wrong one.
However, he committed some bird crime.
Yeah, bird law is pretty harsh here.
Yeah, we're in the bird law universe now. Crotech and
Yep.
everything that's associated with it.
Crotech kind of slaps.
It does kind of slap.
Good riddance.
That had to be a little
So
awkward.
He's gonna be in bird jail for a little while. Specifically the Raven Wing. They said it for the most irony. They had to put him there.
So it's bird law operates on irony, so
It's
the punishment.
it's pretty rough watching him getting flown away. They all just flowed down and picked him up by the shoulders.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just flew him
whole
into the
swarm of 'em.
sky.
I mean, they had
Yeah.
a warrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
It's scary having a bunch of giant ravens show up with a raven lawyer show up with a
like, here's your arrest warrant.
yeah.
A Raven arrest warrant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have it tied on their foot.
Yeah, so you have to, like, unfurl it for
Unfurl
them.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like anyway, so they said their reference was episode 23-ish of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, edit that to the right episode.
Yeah.
Totally gonna do
It's
that.
totally
Third one.
23.
I think it was episode 18
Yep.
Sure.
or 19.
I
One
don't
of
know.
those.
Criffle didn't.
It could have been 103.
Could have been episode 103. I
Oh,
haven't checked that out yet. Oh, what's
Kind of
up?
grab a 5 today to give to you.
For what?
Oh, yeah.
The bet we made.
Does anyone have change?
Oh,
for,
hell yeah, brother. Don't worry about it,
I've got
guys.
a dollar.
Come on. I don't want your money.
All I've got is a 20.
I'll take the 20.
Yeah,
then.
it's like I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
We made a bet.
No,
But
get
you
that
weren't
shit
even
out
part
of
of
here.
this.
I don't want your
Hey, I
dirty
got you
money.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You
Wait, that's
guys-
my 5 I threw at him.
Hey, didn't you guys make a bet with me that you would each give me $100?
Ah.
Ah.
If you didn't show up today, so
Yeah.
you owe us $100.
Fuck!
I think I more than made up for that in the bag.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got $300, $400 worth of West lovin'.
Oh no.
It's a good
So like
price.
half a sesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a new bag.
Yeah. Just take that one to the dry
I'm
cleaners.
buying that one.
It was a little cramped in there with both of us.
But so Josh has been taken away and is
Oh, he's being made to perform?
yeah,
Made to perform
yeah, I think he's doing community theater as
Oh.
the punishment.
the greatest the greatest punishment.
It is
I think it worse than
strange set of laws, but bird laws beyond me. You gotta ask like Charlie Day how it works.
Yeah, he
I'm
is the
pretty sure.
preeminent bird lawyer.
We're gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him.
Well, I mean, we can go watch him perform. Actually,
Oh, where is it?
Can we?
it's at Asheville Community Theater.
Oh,
Ooh.
and what and when?
I believe it is going to be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights in Asheville, North Carolina. It's downtown. It's right across from a restaurant called Brasilia. I'm going to get exact times later, but I'm just gonna assume like
For
7-ish.
October?
Yeah, for the
In
next
late
like
October.
7, 8
Yeah.
weeks.
Is it okay? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
very. I mean, it's.
we're hyped. I'm hyped for it.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Can't speak for everyone, but I
Yeah.
assume we are.
Even the play of Clue, if anyone. It's an infamous bird play.
Yeah.
He did really well in The Sword in the Stone.
He did.
Oh, yeah, that
He
was
did.
good.
That was
With
actually
Montford
really
Park
We had a
players.
plug for that a while back,
performance.
and that was
Shut
fun.
Shut up!
That's an inside joke between Wesley
Yeah.
and I from the play.
We weren't there for that performance.
Yeah.
Was that like someone in the audience?
That was
Or-
Yeah,
a little kid.
Yeah, a little kid was just like, somebody's holding that sword whenever it's in the stone. And
Yeah.
the parents were just like, shut up!
I mean, like the funniest part about that
Nero's
is
like, no
it was
one could
sitting
pull
on
this
the
out.
stage the entire time that like Chris and I went,
Yeah.
and like so there was no way to tell that it was like actually a person in the prop.
Yeah, 'cause they
until
carried
they
it
got
out.
up and left.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was just like, wow, I have not been tricked like that in a
Yes.
while.
I thought there was like a trap door or something.
That was like some real stage. I thought there was a trap door too, and I thought it was like, wow, that's some real stage magic, right?
someone just
Yeah.
cramped in that rock.
Yeah, well, whenever they stuck the sword in the rock, you know, it was like the sword like started wiggling a little bit. And the
Oh,
little kid
yeah.
was
Yeah,
just like,
I thought it was a
"Hold
trap
on."
door, like somebody was
oh, I
playing
see.
with
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
underneath the stage.
I gotcha.
Didn't realize that it was a hollow. Well, I mean, I knew it was going to be a hollow prop because
It's not a solid rock.
Yeah.
They'd bring a boulder out.
They didn't have the real Excalibur there.
Cringe.
No, I think they did manage to have the real Excalibur. It's just they didn't have the real stone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
hard one to get.
And they couldn't use a real stone because otherwise it would be stuck
Also,
unless.
didn't Excalibur come from the Lady in the Lake, not the Sword in the Stone? Like, wasn't the Sword in the Stone just like a
I mean, it's-
purely martial test of like
Strongness.
who deserves to be king?
Depends on your
And then
canon.
Excalibur was given to King Arthur later by the Lady in the Lake.
I mean, can't it be in both? Be both.
Why would the Lady in the Lake have it later on then? Does he throw it?
Maybe she pulled it out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ever think of that?
She was meant to be king of Britannia or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
That's why she was the Lady of the Lake.
Ah, she was royalty.
Oh,
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
got her
Yeah.
nobility title.
She was just
Uh-huh.
of the lake before.
Yeah, that's a great question, James.
You just
That's-
get to kind of
that's
choose
Google
whatever.
worthy.
That is Google worthy.
Because some watery tart chucked a sword at you.
We'll
And
get
if,
our
and if anybody knows the answer to
historians
this,
and
please keep it to yourself. We can't hear you.
or tweet us at
Or tweet us
Draconics.
at Draconics.
Please, we don't get tweets.
We
Please
tweet you
tweet us.
guys all goddamn day.
Please.
Every week maybe. I don't know how often Josh actually does it.
Not as often.
I gave him the social media because I was never gonna do it.
Yeah.
I write episode descriptions. Goddamn it.
And they slap. right, so
Oh yeah, so that's sweet. We have Alex now.
which I don't know if it was talked over, but you're the artist for all our Hooked on Draconics.
I drew
art.
a few things, yeah.
Yeah, a few of all of them.
You did our Twitter banner.
Yep.
Our,
Our YouTube background.
our Patreon banner.
Our
I
icon
did not.
in general.
I did not do the
Logo.
picture of the Grievous bathtub though.
No, that
No.
crime falls to me.
Of all
Speaking of which-
things.
Yeah.
You were right. The sword and the stone was not Excalibur.
That's a very good start
Really?
to being a player in my game.
Was the sword and the stone just like that Disney movie, pretty much, or
I mean, he did pull a sword. Well,
He,
Oh,
he
in
pulled
the
the
story.
sword out of the
Sword.
stone, but
It
it
wasn't
wasn't
the-
Excalibur.
My whole
okay.
worldview
he
is
actually
shattered.
broke it in one of his fights, and then was giving Excalibur later.
Wow.
cool? He got an upgrade.
Yeah.
Good
Exactly.
DM. He had a good DM. Very good narrative flow.
Yes. I mean, except that it's more like they wrote a module and then everybody's retold or played the module differently for like
Thousands of years.
That was the
about
intro.
1400 years.
Yeah.
The first one was a Roman guy.
Are they still called modules? Or I mean, like I knew like Pathfinder changed it to adventure paths.
Whatever.
I don't know what they're called in 5th.
I think they're
I think it's modules.
Yeah, I think they're modules. Right.
That's a Google-worthy question.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If you happen to know, tweet us at HJ.
we can't use Google.
Yeah, we use Bing here. Even though you explicitly stated you don't.
All right.
So really, Alex
yeah.
has been with us from the very beginning.
Yeah,
like,
just in the shadows.
Yeah.
Yes, he has been our artist since before.
Time
Episode
immemorial.
Yeah.
For time immemorial.
And a longtime member of our general D&D and roleplay group for ever.
Yes.
Yeah, so I figured I'd start by, as a way of introducing, not really introducing you, but getting our listeners to know you, asking some of the questions that we originally asked in our episode 0 of
Yes.
each other.
I
don't
will
know- now
go
that,
through the ritual.
now that I'm saying this, I can only half remember them. What got you into role
You
playing?
didn't write them down?
I did not.
You just having that notebook in front of you, it's a blank page.
Yeah.
You guys never asked me these questions.
Oh shit. I guess Lee. We'll ask Lee these questions too.
I don't,
Bonus
I don't even
episode.
want to answer them.
Bonus episode. Yeah.
This is two-parter now.
I guess
We
how long
didn't
you-
want to be part of the podcast.
Well, that's because we talked about this. Josh said it wasn't going to be funny, and then you guys kept being funny, and I wanted to help be funny.
It's like I have no idea why Josh would ever said it's going to be super serious.
Because he's a
podcast.
liar.
Why didn't you guys invite me?
It's like, first of all, it's
Any
like,
of us.
Wes, myself, and Chris are not super serious. We can be, but it's like way more entertaining. Alex,
Yeah.
Hopefully
answer the
we've
question.
given you enough time.
Oh, and the question was, how long you been role playing?
I was born role-playing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, Josh got me into role playing originally. He was the one who got real excited about it back in middle school. And we had that old it was like D&D mixed with Diablo 3 character sheets or something like that.
the Diablo 2.
Diablo 2, that's
Yeah,
what
it
I
was a promotional thing when Diablo 2 came out. I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where all the character classes were in D&D format.
And they even gave you a set of dice with Diablo symbols on them
Oh, that's awesome.
and
Yeah.
in the font.
What'd you play?
Oh, we never actually played with those. It was just kind of like that kind of started the collection of like Dungeons and Dragons paraphernalia kind of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of led to me and him playing these like role play games that had like no actual dice rolls in them. They were like we would just like, because we didn't have the rule book, so we were just like making stuff up. And it kind of like continued like that for a while, and then we'd do some like we'd play Soul Calibur, and like Josh would make up like a story for like the Soul Calibur characters.
You make your own custom characters and have like their own custom
Yeah,
backstory.
and we'd have like these little stories that went on. And that eventually led until I went to the game store called the Sword and the Grail in downtown Asheville. That was like that. I don't know. We went there and we asked if there was any like games we could play, And they were like, "Yeah, we have an opening for a game." And they're like, "All right, let's play Hackmaster for the first game you've ever played."
Oh, that's a wonderful system to be introduced.
Yeah, that's a great intro.
Yeah, it took 8 hours to make our first character.
That's the experience of that. I've never played a game, but I've made several characters that took probably 10 hours total for both of them.
We have had all-night sessions of just making one character.
Yeah, I think I made like the most boring character in existence for my first character was a ranger, and you had the whole game is about like how you can roll on the flaws tree infinitely until you have like just the most powerful yet like disabled character possible.
Oh, was it one of those systems where you got like character creation points?
Yeah, you
back
got
for
points
flaws?
back for flaws, and
Yep.
you could roll them randomly. But I was like, yeah, nah, just roll minor flaws. So I was just a ranger who was missing an ear, and that was my character.
That's like my first character. I was a guy with a double-bladed sword.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the entire concept. You were
Yeah.
just like, I want this double-headed sword.
Yeah.
yeah. That's when me and Josh started out and played that for a good while. Then we met another guy and we played some Exalted. That was fun. I think, and yeah, that was pretty much like the most that me and Josh did before we met, like James, and that kind of led into the rest of it. Yeah.
So you never really played much D&D before encountering, like specifically D&D, I guess.
Did we play any D&D? I played like a one session thing of like second edition D&D where we like had to go through like it was one of those like tomb things, like
Tomb of Annihilation.
yeah, one of those undefeatable dungeons or whatever.
One of those like player grinder.
Yeah, we would play multiple characters, and I don't know. I kind of like we kind of got to a point where we all got kind of stuck, and we just kind of petered out. But most of my time was spent playing like Hackmaster, and like and a lot of Exalted, a lot of like kind of ADD Exalted, where it was like kept starting over and over again. Like, oh, that campaign wasn't working out. Let's make a new campaign. You know, let's make some new characters.
Yeah.
That's
just-
definitely hasn't continued on
Yeah.
since like
For the rest of our games.
Yeah.
Ad and
yeah.
Yeah, you hate your character after like one session, but everyone else likes theirs, so you got to keep with the same character.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Or
that's why I make characters I like.
yeah. And I'm not really super familiar with Exalted. Like, what kind of setting is it, or
It's like
It's fantasy foo, isn't it?
yeah. It reminds me of like Avatar.
Okay.
kinda.
Yeah, it's fantasy.
The Last
foo.
Airbender.
It's like martial arts fantasy.
Yeah.
Like high Chinese mythology or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And you could it was a D10 because it was made by White Wolf, right?
Sounds familiar.
Is that the company that made
World of Darkness?
World of
Yeah,
Darkness and stuff,
probably
yeah.
when they were
Yeah,
Onyx
yeah.
Publishing still.
I think it was White Wolf back then too.
Okay.
No, it was
Yeah.
White Wolf
Or was it-
originally.
which one
now
was-
it's Onyx
Oh,
Path.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I think there's another company they split off into.
I have no idea. I haven't kept up with World of Darkness in a while.
Ironic.
But yeah, yeah. Since I'm trying to run a wild game, but so cool. I didn't know you got started on Munchkin, or not Munchkin.
Munchkin.
I mean, pretty much what Hackmaster is. I mean, Munchkin's
Yeah.
like a parody of the D&D dungeon crawling experience, but in card game form.
Yeah,
Hackmaster is like the direct parody, like the let's actually make a real game, but it's a
Ramp it up to absurdity.
The joke is how complicated it is.
right.
like there was like a D10,000 hit location chart or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes, you rolled 5d10.
Yeah,
No, 4d10.
so D1.
like,
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah,
for,
D10,000.
for a hit marker, and it could be like anywhere from like middle of forehead to like bottom of left big toe.
But it also had in the DM screen a pizza topping chart.
Oh, it's very key.
So that's the most important thing that it had.
Sounds like a very serious system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that was cool about it was is that if you bought the player's handbook, there was actually a clip out thing in the back for they were like mulligans or something like that. Like they were like little tokens you can give to your DM, and it would be like a free reroll or a revive your character, and like you would give it to him, and your DM rips them up afterwards, and then it's like you actually get to
thing.
you get
Oh, that's kinda
you
cool.
literally get it, and they have like this whole. They actually had like certified GMs and stuff like that for Hackmaster or like Hack Lords or something.
They're just hacks.
Yeah, they're just hacks.
That actually goes in theme with everything else.
It was fun. It was play like I guess. Did you guys already talk about Josh's Dark Knight when you were doing your intro to it?
No, Hackmaster hasn't really been
Hackmaster has
mentioned.
Not come up before.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, well, like yeah, Josh's first character was the Dark Knight character who was like had a +1 bastard sword and was absolutely like obsessed with this sword, like because his like Dark Master or whatever gave it to him. But he was like obsessed with his +1 sword that slightly glowed in the dark and stuff like that.
Not enough to see by, but just like
Yeah, he
that's
like
pretty funny.
had it taken away from him and flipped out, and like ended up like getting killed by the illusionist mage lady.
Getting killed by an illusionist.
Yeah, it was like they had a lot of illusionist stuff in there. That was like illusion spells that were like it was like a fireball, and it worked like a fireball, but it was like an illusion technically. So it's kind of like if you believe that it was like I don't know. They had like a kind of like a whole spell thing for illusionists.
Well, that sounds like a complete answer to the first question.
Yeah, for sure. I've got a question.
What's that?
Go ahead.
What are you doing here, Alex?
Not being in my bag.
Okay, good. Are you sure you want to play with us?
We're a pretty serious group.
Super serious.
Wait, is this like going to be one of those like, what do you bring to the table?
No.
Um,
No, I was just going to ask.
I have a question if you need a moment.
Yeah, because I completely just blanked.
Wait,
It
ah,
happens
hold
every
on.
once in a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How do you feel about Hulk hands?
Oh yeah, Hulk hands. What's your opinion?
Like those 90s Hulk hands that you like, you
Forget it. Forget it. Hulk hands.
forget it, Hulk hands?
Yeah, we're hitting you with an inside joke here.
Man, I am like so outside right now. I'm like in space.
Sorry, have we released that episode yet?
Yeah.
I mean,
we did.
it was
last week.
the both of us sharing that little oxygen in that bag. So
It's true. I lost most of my brain cells.
Sorry, what I meant to ask was, are you excited to be here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
That was like what I was trying to do, and then my brain.
Like,
just
why are you here?
Why are you here, weakling?
Hulk hands gets everything back
What,
on
how
track.
Yeah.
how dare you be here?
No, of course you're welcome on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, my second question was a memorable gaming moment or game. I don't know.
A memorable gaming moment.
We don't
From
have to
like
have been a part of it.
like
Any history of gaming that you've had?
Really put him on the spot here.
Like-
to think through in the entirety.
I'd prefer if you said one that you enjoyed rather than just a memorable one altogether.
Okay.
But
I guess, yeah, memorable, enjoyable.
trying to have a positive spin on this.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that makes sense.
'Cause I can
There's
tell
some
you-
memorable ones that weren't fun.
No. And they were memorable because they weren't fun.
Yeah.
I think the first one that comes to my head was when I was playing a game where it was like it was when I was playing myself in a game one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys know which game that was.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
We
yeah.
talked about it on episode 0.
Yeah, that. Both great and horrible experiment.
Your World of Darkness game.
I had a great time.
Yeah, you and
that's
Josh were the only
that's
ones.
because you were Wild Wild West.
Yeah, Wild West.
Wild.
Oh my god.
Everything
Wow.
just seemed to go my way.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
and Josh had like magical Christmas land.
Yeah.
Everyone else was dying.
You got
horribly.
really stabby.
Oh, yeah.
I just like kept daring
I
Robert
did.
to kill me so I didn't have to be in the game anymore, and he just wouldn't.
Yeah, you're...
There's a like in that game. There's like it was a World of Darkness combined D&D game,
Oh, forgot
but it was
about
only for me. That I was the one in the D&D world.
that. Mhm.
But I was looking for my friend, who I think got turned into a bird at that time. And I went to a small town that was infested with zombies. And, I just decided, I'm an adventurer. I'm going to help out these people with zombies. That's not going to turn out bad in any way. And
Classic.
made some friends with there's like a Inquisitor there. Actually, this was Pathfinder, not D&D. Now that I think about it, but an Inquisitor and Cleric combination. It turned out that the zombies were being sent out by a imp, and we were tasked to take out the imp. So we're like, there's like this big tower where like the imp is operating out of, and it was like, hey, let's go to that tower. That's not a trap. And like we go into the tower. It's a trap.
The gang encounters a trap.
Yeah.
No.
It's like the door immediately closes behind us. The floor is completely covered in oil. And above us is a selection of skeletons who all have flaming arrows, of course. And
You fool! How could you stumble into this trap? So cleverly disguised.
yeah. But
I'll remember those words.
it was like I was an illusionist. So
Basically useless against undead.
except there's an imp there.
Oh. Yeah.
Now, the thing was that I was like, the imp was like, do you have any last words? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, Lance a disruption. And then I shot an illusionary force out and rolled a natural 20 on my bluff check.
Nice.
Because I was also specifically a magician, like subclass of the Pathfinder Bard. So like, I was able to bluff my spells into making it seem like I was casting a different spell.
No, that's awesome.
Nice.
So he got hit with like a Lance of disruption.
Believed it was real.
Believed it was
actually.
real, and it was like, and then the lady with me was like, he can do that as many times as he wants. So he let us out, and as we were leaving, the skeletons turned around and triple crit the Inquisitor, and immediately killed him. And then it was a pretty bad time getting back to the village. Like, I ended up in this situation where I kept getting crit. It was like, it was kind of like one of those like rare times where magical healing is like actually really horrifying, because I was with a cleric, so she kept healing me, and I kept getting crit by these zombies, so they're breaking all my bones. And then I was having them healed back, and then it was just
oh
like
God, then you just have to experience it
it all over and over,
my God.
over and over again, all the way back. It was a horrible nightmare.
Good gaming memories.
I
Yeah.
think James and I joined you for the Pathfinder part at one point.
Yeah, you played special characters that you just like.
We were there for like one session.
Yeah,
yeah.
You were like a gnome, weren't you?
I was an orc alchemist who
Yeah.
specialized in bombs.
And I was a gnome alchemist.
Oh, I got
in
it
bombs.
backwards.
Yeah, we were the bomb boys.
Oh yeah, you were. You were like trying to make nukes, weren't you?
Yeah, that was our end goal.
We were trying to make Big Bomba.
Yep.
Yeah. But that session ended with that session ended with us encountering a necromancer who I was completely incapable of fighting, who baleful polymorphed my like cleric companion.
Oof.
What? No.
But then
this.
decided to cast anthropomorphize on her
What is that?
and turned her into a giant humanoid frog.
Nice.
That's a weird chain of events.
And she did, but he didn't know. The necromancer didn't know that she would still have her mind, so she ate him. And he rolled a natural 1 trying to escape her mouth, and I just kind of went in and pushed him into this frog.
Get in there.
Well, that backfired for him.
And that's the only way I survived that.
Very cool.
I've never heard that part of that game.
I think
That's
I've heard
hilarious.
that once before.
That's
From
great.
the other perspective.
That's why you don't answer
Your DM found it very entertaining.
It was a very entertaining situation.
That game had a few of those.
Yeah.
Mostly, it was me.
Not a horrible game, but also very frustrating at times.
I just remember I kept walking into
you
one
really
of your
holding back
companions'
there,
rooms
James.
and kept getting shotgunned.
Yeah, it was definitely the Dark Souls of D&D.
Oh no!
Oh god. Yeah, that comparison. All right.
The Dark Souls of
I
video
am
games.
also very excited to have you here, and
Likewise.
we are planning on playing season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to get to the ending of season 1, spoilers for Alex, 'cause I know he's not there.
I'm like 3 episodes away.
It's a minor spoiler.
Very minor spoiler of what season 2 is.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
you're joining, but you have no idea what we're going to do. So we're just gonna throw.
I
you
imagine
into
by the
it.
time this episode even comes out, you'll know.
Yeah.
hopefully, just wing it the whole time.
Season 2 is going to be a story within the story we are currently playing. Fantastical, almost children's story written in a magic book that Talon has that he's reading to the orphans.
Uh-huh.
It's a magic book.
That's a spoiler.
Oh my god, I didn't know that part.
Is it a +1 or +2? What are we
It's
talking?
flaming.
How magic?
Yeah.
It's a Vorpal +5.
Oh,
It's a Vorpal book.
Talon, put that down. Don't get a paper cut.
Yeah,
Put it down on your
Jesus.
neck.
don't get a paper cut.
It's Vorpal. That's nasty. Ew. What madman made this?
All paper cuts or
What?
paper.
All paper
The
huts.
paper hut. Welcome
And-
to Paper Hut.
We have paper.
I'm going to specially introduce the edition of our gaming books.
It's 5th edition D&D, but with a twist.
Stibbles Codex of Companions. Shout out to that.
It's an amazing book.
Amazing book.
He's showing it to us like,
Very cute. Show it to the camera.
yeah.
It's a
there's no
very
camera.
good book. It
Yeah.
looks very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll take some pictures of it
He,
to have it
he
on
won't
the-
let any of us touch it, but it looks cool.
It has multiple colors on the
Yes.
front.
It has at least 2,
They're
yeah.
not allowed to know what's... No, it's a book of companions. Kind of a small Pokemon-like rule set for tiny to small to every once in a while
Familiar-like.
familiar-like creatures, beasts, and amalgamations and whatnot that follow you around. And I was like, this would make an awesome Pokemon-esque parody game.
And all of us were like, cool.
Hell yeah.
You should run it.
Yeah.
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 And that is essentially what is going to be happening for season 2 while Josh plays out a sentence in bird jail. So I'd like to go around the table at this point and everybody give just a very brief explanation of your character so we can introduce the cast of season 2 to the
All right.
players. I'm going to wait to actually jump into real introductions on episode 1, 2.1, however we're going to do the naming convention.
It's a good question. Let's figure that out.
And of course, in no particular seating order because we never reveal.
It
our
will never be
secrets.
revealed. Stop asking on Twitter at Draconics.
Just sort of randomly going from the DM, Lee.
And across the table,
Oh.
Lee.
All right.
Very brief description.
And we don't have to give spoilers or anything.
My name is Dustin, and I am the chosen one.
What is Dustin's race?
Human.
How old is he?
He's 10.
He's 10 years old and he is human, you say.
Just like a human to think they're the chosen one.
Yes,
Oh,
I am
yeah.
the chosen one.
He is the chosen one of prophecy, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ancient prophecy, you grew up in a village of clerics?
Yeah, a very religious village that trains clerics
Definitely
and
not a
paladins.
cult.
Definitely not a cult.
In the
I mean,
prophecy
they're,
belt.
They're good,
No.
good clerics and good paladins.
Yeah.
Not like weird wormy boys or anything.
And, in this,
Throwing shade at the
everybody
worms.
has
What?
their character,
Please throw all
brief
the shade.
explanation of
They
how I'm
want it.
running this game. Everybody has their humanoid-ish. For the
We're all
most
humanoid.
part. Yeah, I think all of you actually are humanoids, but player character race, player characters, they're more or less going to be statted like level 1 commoners, not a big deal. They're children for the most part. But everybody gets to bond with a single companion,
Yes.
and that is where the fun Pokemon-like adventure comes in. Thank you, Elder Mancy, for the book. You didn't give it to me. I actually bought it in the Kickstarter.
But thanks for writing it.
But thanks for writing it. It's amazing. The artwork is amazing.
I'll put links in the YouTube just because it's awesome.
Yes, please do.
Yep.
Not sponsored.
Not
all.
sponsored. Free advertising.
Yeah.
Every
really cool.
every single D&D game from now on, I'm going to have a Mimcat somehow.
What is a Mimcat?
A Mimcat
Did you not
is
read the
a
No, I'm
tiny.
A Memcat will be revealed later in this very adventure.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Never
okay.
mind.
I won't talk about my second favorite D&D creature ever. Actually, now it's my very favorite now. But do you want me to reveal my
what companion did you choose?
I picked a Pangol.
A Pangol.
Pangol.
Brief description. 2 sentences. Go. 5 words each. No, I'm just kidding.
He looks like an armadillo, but sent from Jesus Christ. There you go.
All right.
Wow, that
Five
met the
words.
criteria.
Amazing.
2 sentences.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
it's
not going to bother meeting that.
It's a medium creature, neutral good. He's a protector of celestials, and he
Awesome.
protects me.
Overall, a good boy.
Overall, good boy.
It's gonna help
Good
me
boy.
save the world because I am the chosen one.
This is true.
Yes. Yes, you
100%.
are the chosen one.
Dustin.
We will talk more about that in episode 1.
What he's chosen for.
Is chosen the large cup.
No particular order. Alex,
Bird.
tell us a little bit about your character
Bird.
and your companion.
Bird.
All right.
Sweet. Wait, did you put Josh in jail?
Maybe.
Wait,
It was you. Jacques.
was this a plan?
Well, we all know that birds aren't real, though.
They are robots.
Dang.
You see, that's what the
Well,
bird
that's
says
why it's the
whenever
fantasy
they
setting.
get caught.
Yeah.
Just the social out. Birds aren't real.
So when you say a bird,
true.
I mean,
player.
Tengu. No, Kinku.
Kinkus.
'Cause
Everyone.
Tengu are something distinctly different.
Well, yes. Unlike humans, some people might not be familiar with it. What a kangu is. Do you want to do a brief explanation?
Yeah, a Kenku is like a bird man who they can't speak normally. They can only imitate what other people say.
So you have somewhat of a limited speech pattern.
Yeah, and also they're incapable of creativity, or
And also unable to fly?
yeah, they also can't fly. I don't know how the lore is going to be in this game, but I know in the normal lore, it's because they stole stuff from their god,
Goddess.
the goddess. So it took away all
Raven
of
Queen.
their stuff, their ability to create anything. So when they make art, it would be they would just copy somebody else's. They can't
But
actually.
they could perfectly copy it.
They could perfectly,
paint,
yeah.
The Mona Lisa, but they couldn't come up with the Mona Lisa. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's an
yeah,
interesting race.
yeah.
And so
It's
saw
very similar to how I do art.
Can't do Still my bag. Sorry.
well, you know
boys
what
are
I
fire
always
over
say.
here.
You know, good artists borrow, great artists steal. I came up with that.
That's all I'm doing. It's true.
It's true. I've heard you say this many times.
He paid me money for it.
And your companion?
So it
My
must be-
companion is an Odai.
Ooh, an Odai is a bird, as you stated before.
It is
Anything-
very bird.
Anything particular about it?
It's very Norse. I don't know how much like I don't want to spoil the bird,
Okay, that's fine.
but it's
That's perfectly all right.
it's super cool.
Don't worry. Introductions will be in episode 1.
Yeah.
Coming out next week.
Coming out in the week after this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So next week from when you listen to this.
Unless you're listening later, in which case it's right after this.
Do. All right. Wes, Chris, roll a d20. I want you to compete for the next roll.
Dude, I didn't know we needed dice for the chat.
8.
All right. Well, it looks like Chris won.
This is a competitive.
Oh, he rolled a 20.
chat.
Oh, looks like Chris won.
Oh, it's getting lower.
Well, Chris came prepared with dice. No, I'm just kidding. Wes, go ahead.
Yes.
Natural 20'd it.
Yep.
Tell me about your character. Oh, how old is your character, relatively speaking?
The 12.
Like 12-ish?
Yeah,
like
12.
whatever the Kenku,
Whatever 12
whatever
is
the
and
Kenku equivalent
bird.
of like 12 is.
Mm-hmm.
Bird
Okay.
years.
Bird years, yeah.
So
About the same as human years.
preteen
Yeah, preteen bird.
bird.
Do you need a second, Wes? Or
Any physical description you want to put on? Any flourish on this stuff?
Just kind of like, pretty well groomed. Is wearing kind of like, I imagine him wearing it's like the polo shirt, but instead of like, the polo guy logo, it's a guy riding a bird.
bird polo.
A bird riding a horse.
Yeah.
And Lee, any physical description you want to go over?
He's 10.
All right.
It's physical description. Save the rest for,
I don't actually know what those look like, so
10
yeah.
year olds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen one.
No, okay.
They're rumored to exist somewhere.
There's
Well, it's
either-
a fantasy game. They can exist if we want.
Okay, that makes sense.
There could be 10 of them.
Could be 10 of them.
10 1-year-olds.
Yeah. Is that the
In a
equivalent?
trench coat.
How many
10-year-olds?
How many 10-year-olds could you guys beat up?
All of them.
Depends on if they have a gun.
Yeah.
We're talking about beating them up.
Well,
It's-
they could beat me up with bullets.
Yeah.
And be more than beating up.
Yeah. They got rubber bullets, so it's beating
So
you up.
Wes, describe your character.
My name's Skylar. I'm like 12 or whatever.
Are you going to talk like that the whole season?
Yeah, well, talk like what? You haven't heard it on
You did
recording
specifically
yet.
tell me in character creation that you were turning 13.
Oh yeah, turning
Oh, no.
13. So my dad says it's time for me to be a man and figure out what to do with the rest of my life. My dad's an orc.
Okay,
Wait.
yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, don't interrupt me, man. I'm a man. And I'm a very serious character.
Brilliant.
I found my companion, Cerberus.
Don't tell them how you found it.
They're pretty cool. Yeah, we'll go over that
What
next.
is the Cerberus?
What's that?
Just Sir Bus.
Cerberus.
What is the Cerberus?
The Cerberus is a two-headed dog with a snake. I'm going through puberty
Wait,
right now,
Where's the
We
snake?
can tell.
and like a lot of changes are happening.
Awesome. And the tail has a head too.
The tail is a snake head, so I kind of have like 3 different companions all in one.
Kind of.
My interests, I really like to play music, and I really, hate just my dad. I just really want my dad to get off my back. So, after I found Cerberus, I guess I'm gonna go on an adventure
Sweet.
That's gonna
and,
be hard.
follow a completely normal career path as a companion keeper.
Thank you. That is the term we are.
Companion keeper.
Using.
Okay.
Companion
Yes.
keepo?
Yeah, companion keepo. Oh no.
You automatically de-level. You keep that filthy name out of my game.
We do love keepo. We paid for the DLC.
Yeah. We got all these outfits.
We all
and
chipped
everything.
in together. You love it.
He's got buyer's
I mean, I
remorse.
did design his outfit, but
Yeah. All right.
Crispy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing. I'll be playing Hamo, a 15-year-old halfling and my character is an orphan. He grew up in a hospital, and I got this pair of gloves that like fly around and stab shit. I don't know about the shit part, but I'll be having a mildly Australian accent when I don't forget about it. For no particular reason, other than I like it.
It's going to turn
I can dig
into like a Midwestern accent.
Yeah,
It's going to turn into a lot of accents.
It's going to be a lot of accents.
yeah,
That's what happens every time you play with an accent, laddie.
yeah. It turns into a Scottish accent every once in a while. You can't stop it. It's got its own momentum.
And then it turns Russian.
Yes. Duh.
Duh.
And then it turns back to normal. Thank you, Cricket. Wow.
I really hope it picked up that very loud cricket.
Oh,
man. That's good time.
Wow, man, I'm dying up here.
These crickets have better comedic timing than us.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
they
why.
should
Hang
audience.
them.
That's why I put them all in here.
Oh, did you install that applause and laugh sign? That cricket chirping, crickets chirp.
All right.
That's my character. For
Just
now.
cricket
this
legs that
sounds-
light up.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a pretty fun group
Yeah.
going on companion keeper quests.
Just don't get in my way, guys.
You know, trying to be like the very best or something.
Like at least someone was.
At least someone, yeah.
At least it's not Monster Rancher.
What the fuck is Monster Rancher? And
Woo! Go Packers!
Intro, outro, and sound engineering performed by Lee Nesbitt. You can find more of his work at undercoverbeard.bandcamp.com. Background music is provided by Epidemic Sound, and the artwork is provided by Alex. And we'd like to give a very special thank you to our listeners.
yeah, that means you. Especially you. You're very special. And don't you ever let anyone else tell you otherwise. We do cold opens as we just start talking, and it works out, and you love me, and you love the rest of us too.
Oh my god, talent, I love him. The rest of us are here too.
He's the Harvest King.
Well, most of us are here.
And he doesn't use Bing
That's called
unless he's looking for certain
foreshadowing.
things. Cold open.